Yeah. Can we talk about life real quick? Welcome to Flowing with Fluid. If you're new here, I'm Fluid. And I just want to let y'all know what's going on. In first order of business is I'm going to Essence Fest. Woo! Cue the claps and all the things, right? I have never been to Essence Fest, and I only went to New Orleans as a child to help rebuild after Hurricane Katrina. So I've never actually been to New Orleans. I am so excited. So this video is going to talk all about the new things that I have coming up, ways that you can join me, but I just gotta talk about Essence Fest real quick, right? Because it also ties into what's going on. So I'm hosting a surf and yoga retreat here in Costa Rica, and we're doing this in collaboration with Soul Life Travel. Essence Fest asked Soul Life Travel to come and be a moderator at Essence Fest. So my girl hit me up and was like, "You trying to go to Essence Fest?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm trying to go to Essence Fest. I've been waiting on the invitation. That's all I need, okay?" So we going to Essence Fest. My mama coming. It's gonna be a vibe. So look out for some content about that if you've been curious about Essence Fest, if you want to know more about it. I'ma have a tea, okay? And if you want more information about the surf and yoga retreat, it's a BIPOC surf and yoga retreat, and it's coordinated by a travel company to make it a little bit easier on me because I'm also doing a men's wellness retreat, and I'm the coordinator for that. So I wanted somebody else to help me with this one so that I could focus on being the main person on that. And then the men's wellness retreat, I'm a co-facilitator, and I'm really there to just help in the healing. I'm there to assist and make sure that men got the space to get what they need and do what they need, and I'm bringing that gentle aspect to it because men need to rest. Men, y'all just keep going and going, and as women we expect a lot out of you, and yeah, so I just want to be of assistance because I see how much we ask of men. I see how much the world asks of men, and so we're creating a space for men to be able to rest and have that dialogue, talk about the things, all the things that y'all need to talk about amongst each other, so excited for my upcoming retreats and Essence Fest. If you want to hear Sadie talk, Sadie is the owner of Soul Life Travel. She's going to be talking Sunday, which will be tomorrow from when I post this video, Sunday at noon. So check her out. I'll put all the details below in case you want to come kick it with me, Soul Life Travel, and all the other beautiful baddies that's about to be at Essence Fest, okay? So it's so interesting because I started this journey as a yoga instructor. Um, well, it's so funny because I started my journey into yoga really since birth. But when I started to really do yoga, when I found out what yoga was and I started to make it a practice instead of just not knowing what I'm doing and just naturally being called to do those things, when I learned the structure behind it was when a lot of things started to change. That's when I started to express myself through writing and through poetry, and eventually that evolved to music. And once I started teaching yoga, then I also started releasing music, but they were still very separate. They were still very much two different things. I have two YouTube channels. I have one that's just Miss Fluid, and then this one right here, which is yoga and all the things, yoga and sound healing, flowing with fluid and travel, because we be out here flowing, okay? And this flowing with fluid is a lot more personable as well. Miss Fluid was really just well, it actually started off as a lock channel. When I first got locks is when I made the channel, and then also released the music. So I'm gonna have that channel link below too if you want to check out my music, because I've been doing music for a while, and I actually turned my last EP into a short film. And I want to show people all of the journey because this next album, the update is that I started recording my next album. And when I say this next album, y'all, it's been taking me some time, and I understand why people need to take time to do albums. In my generation of music, we've started just pumping music, music, music. It's like people are just recording, releasing music rapidly, but the beauty behind music that takes time, that takes experience, that takes growth, that's what this album is. This album is all about self-love, healing, and self-empowerment, and really just, loving on yourself. I want you to turn on this album and feel. I want you to turn on this album and feel. Okay? I want you to, when you need some encouragement, you can turn on this album. When you need to just, you need some positivity, you can turn on this album. When you are looking and in search of your freedom, let this be a freedom album. Okay? Let this album liberate people, because this is really about my liberation. So my hopes and my goal of this is to liberate people, liberate minds, liberate souls, liberate minds. Okay, come on. So yes, the album is called With Love by Miss Fluid. And yeah, this is me mixing the yoga with the music together. Okay, this is different sides of me merging together into the fullness and the wholeness of who I actually am. I always felt like I needed to keep parts of myself separate, but now I'm learning that I can be godly even in my rage. Being a yogi doesn't mean that I have to always be peace and light. No. Sometimes when people are wrong, if somebody is causing harm to someone who can't help themselves, you got to use your own rage and you got to help that person, because silence is compliance. So learning how to channel the rage, learning how to be so free that you're not about to let nothing pass you by. You learn how to communicate things, you learn how to let things be known, but no people pleasing, no letting things slide and then being angry and having all of that inside. No, we're gonna address it as it comes. And if it doesn't come out the best, that is a chance that we have to take. But no more replaying conversations in my mind because I didn't say it at that time, right? So yeah, let's, I'm excited. The goal is to release it 9/11. That's the goal. But every time I've set a goal, it's been having to get pushed back just because, life. And this album is stemming from life. It's literally from my growth. So that means it's going to take time because I'm growing every day. And when I say this move to Costa Rica has been making my growth even more exponential, and the music, the soul behind the music of that is going to, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel that in the music. So in the meantime, in between time, I'll be doing shows. I'm going to be learning some covers of my favorite songs, people who inspire me, so that I can really kind of prep everybody to, like, this is the inspiration, so that when the album comes out, you're like, yes, this is modern day India.Arie. This is giving, Jill Scott. This is just giving Erykah Badu. This is giving, Miss Fluid. For real, it's giving Miss Fluid. Embodiment is giving woman. It's giving grown motherfucking woman, y'all. Okay, because I feel grown. I've never felt this grown in my life, y'all. I've always felt like I was a kid. Oh. Okay, so the next exciting thing is me and my best friend are starting a podcast. And we are filming our first episode, which is an intro episode. All of that information is going to be linked below once we actually release it. I've already got all the socials and the website and all of that, but I'm going to give you more details after we actually gear up to release, so I can give you like release dates and everything. So it's me and my best friend. I met her in A school in the Navy, y'all, and we did not like each other at first. We was beefing day one, but because they put us in the same room together. You putting two alphas in a room together, we had a problem. I was a problem back then. I was a big problem. I'm still dealing with, working on my spoiled attitude and, learning how to live in community. Me back then, yeah, I don't even want to know. A lot of me back then makes me cringe inside. But you know what they say, if your past doesn't make you cringe, did you really grow? Because I be cringing, y'all. I be like, ooh, I be worried sometimes. But actually, people who have met me in this day and age, like I just seen somebody who I met at my first job. I met her, I seen her maybe like a year ago before I ended up coming. No, I saw her right before I came to Costa Rica this time. So almost a year ago. And she was like, I want to come to your yoga class because when I see you now, and I remember how you were back then, because she saw me before I even joined the military. That's when she knew me. So I was like, 16. She knew the 16-year-old version of me. And she said that watching my growth made her feel like she wanted to also experience yoga. People hide their journey, people hide what they've been through, and just think about how magical that made. Ah, that gives me chills. It makes my heart warm. I love that. Like, you see my growth. I see my growth. But for somebody to tell me like, man, I need to try yoga because girl, you done got a lot better. I am not offended because I know myself and I know I've gotten a lot better, okay? I am grateful. I'm grateful for the growth. And if yoga can help me so much, I know it can help other people. So that's why I do what I do. This is a gift. I don't know who I would be without yoga. You know, like without my practices that ground me. Sheesh, because I know who I would be. I know who I was, who I have been, and can be in times of anxiety and times of that flight or fright when my nervous system is dysregulated. I know who I can be because the work is never done. You're always doing the work. It's practice, you know. So just the beauty behind that. And I don't even, it's not even what I was talking about. I was talking about the podcast. But yeah, so we're talking about our growth because I was wild, she was wild. That's why we became so cool, because we were really the same person clashing because we were bosses and trying to be the boss of the other person, and the other person was like no. So we ended up just respecting each other, and it's formed such a beautiful friendship. And so, you know, we're just really going to talk about our growth. It'll be a little bit about military just because that's where we met. So it's going to be about healing from that. We both grew up in the religious cult, Jehovah's Witness. And let's see, what else? We're both women and we both grown a lot. And she's married with her first child. Her first child is about to be 5. And I am 32 in my first real relationship. And I hopped into like a stepmom role. And I'm like, shoot, am I ready for this? Like I said, I still feel like a child. You want me to play this role? Am I ready for that? So it's like, you know, we're going to talk about all the things, all the tea. And we're a really good match to do something like this because we have such different viewpoints on things, but it works. Like we respect each other. It's interesting to see how different we are, but how much we can love each other and get along even through our differences. It's that respect for both of us being a baddie, okay, and a boss. So a BB, a boss, a baddie boss. I'm trying not to curse, but yeah. So yeah, we're gonna talk about different forms of motherhood, different relationship things, and loving on men and loving on other women. You know, like we both decided to do this podcast too. Like we were just talking one day. And she was telling me, because she was on TikTok and she was trying to do a lot of TikTok stuff about being a mother and like different stuff like that. And she was like, I have to get off of there because these women do not like men. She was like, they hate men. And I'm like, yeah, and some of these men hate women. Like, have you seen some of this stuff that men be saying? And we just was talking about it, and then I ended up coming across some women who hate men in real life, and I'm like, dang, that's what she was talking about. She's like, girl, yes. So we want to bring some positivity into that space. We love men, we love each other through our differences. And you know, being a woman versus being a man, there are so many differences between men and women as well. So like learning to love people through your differences, and you know, to evolve spiritually into a space. We're going to talk about everything that's going on. We're going to talk about hot topics. If you're a fan of The Read is one of my favorite podcasts. And so we're going to do something a little bit similar to The Read, where you can email in questions or a story or something like that, and we can give advice from our standpoints, from our opinions, you know, on what we would do. And in those situations, you know, we need those conversations if we want to heal our families. We need to have these conversations. People need help. Y'all seen Jill Scott's Tiny Desk? Like she said, let me be of assistance. And that song was very much of assistance. I really love that song, Jill. You did your thing. So, yeah, let us all be of assistance with our gifts and what we can do, right? So, I'm so excited, y'all. I'm about to make so many connections at Essence Fest. I'm about to just enjoy New Orleans and I'm about to eat. So I need to be working out, okay? And then right after Essence Fest, I have this conscious tech immersion that I'm doing. It's online. So if you still, so we still have tickets if you want to join that conscious tech immersion. We're going to talk about using tech, using AI in your work in your business to make things easier for you, but also being conscious about the environmental effects of it. We need to still keep up with the times. We still need to know what's going on. We also need to advocate for these companies and things to pay their fair share and to make sure that they are not using up all our water. We need to put ourselves in a position that gives us a voice, right? So that's what this conscious tech is all about. I'm going to be teaching yoga while we do the conscious tech to kind of put us in the grounded state so that we're ready to receive. And then my girl Oxy, she's going to be doing some somatic movements for us in the evening time to let us release and get back to whatever other duties we got going on, okay? So that's the 7th through the 9th, July 7th through the 9th. And you still got time if you want to join. Some type of bee. Come on now, get out of here. So yeah, y'all, that's what I got going on. I got 2 retreats coming up next year. So if you're interested in those, you got time. You can definitely plan for that. There's no rush. You do have to have your full funds in, I believe, at least 60 days before the retreat. But everything is all inclusive. Your stay, your meals, your transportation once you get there. All you gotta do is make sure you pay for your flight. And that's that. Okay, we got you covered from there. So yeah. Podcast coming out, Conscious Tech Immersion, Surfing Yoga Retreat, BIPOC Surfing Yoga Retreat. I don't know if I said that because I want to also change the narrative behind like, oh, black people can't swim, black people don't be in the water. It's BIPOC, so it's not just black people, but like to build a tighter community within another minority space because not everybody surfs. So the BIPOC people who surf, I know we all gonna be cool. All the surfers that I've met have been cool, no matter where they come from and who they are. I have not met a surfer that wasn't cool. So imagine a BIPOC surf and yoga retreat. Come on now, y'all. And we're gonna be at this beautiful facility called Sonora out here in Costa Rica, and I'll put in some videos here so you can really see and look at the space. The space is beautiful, okay? And if you want to just take some pictures, like this is a fun retreat. Yeah, we doing yoga, yeah, we doing all the things, but we're also learning about the culture here because Soul Life Travel is all about learning and teaching the deep history of every place that they host retreats at. So we're going to learn a lot about Costa Rica. We're going to have fun in the water. We're going to have fun in town, and we're going to ground ourselves. We're going to listen, your arms, your shoulders, and everything going to be tight. So you're going to want that yoga, okay? So we're going to make sure that you rest. We're going to do some sound healing, you know. So it's going to be a very, very, very beautiful retreat, all right? And the men's retreat in Peru, that's at Samadhi Sacred Valley. And when I say this retreat is so beautiful, this retreat space, this was my first time when I went here. That was my first time in Peru, and I knew that I wanted to come back. I didn't know I would be hosting my very own men's retreat, co-facilitating my own men's retreat. Had no clue that this is what it was going to be, but I was given this vision, and so I'm bringing it forward and, you know, bringing it into fruition. And the men want this. We've had so many men already sign up and say that, yes, thank you, we need this. Like, thank you, sister, for thinking about us, for caring about us. Like, yes. So I'm excited to really care for y'all and just to see y'all just exhale, relax, release, brush your shoulder off, you know, like kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Like, yes. And it's my goal to get people out of the States, y'all. So if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to get y'all out of the States. That's why my retreats are out of the country. Explore, see what it's like to be in another country where they actually love black people. They actually love people of color. Like, yes, it's y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this, y'all. So yeah, conscious tech immersion, surfing yoga retreat, BIPOC surfing yoga retreat, men's wellness retreat in Peru, Sacred Valley, Peru. My album, my self care album with love is coming soon. I'm gonna be dropping some singles because I got this one song that I be having to hold myself in from singing it because I wrote it the first time I came to Costa Rica like 2 years ago, and I've been wanting to sing it. I've sung it to just a handful of people, but I am ready to share this with the world. Okay, I'm ready to share it because I be wanting to just be out here singing, and I want people to sing with me. It's one of them songs where y'all gonna be singing with me. So yeah, we about to drop that soon so we can all be singing that song. Okay. Album coming soon, podcast coming soon. Essence Fest is about to be lit. I'm excited, y'all. Life is good. Life is great. Life is a beautiful mess. Okay? Everything is not always how we want it to be. But imagine if we could just learn to appreciate what is without that spoiled energy of like, no, it needs to be this, it needs to be that. If it's not like this, I'm not happy. Then you ain't never gonna be happy. We gotta learn how to be happy with what is. And all these little bugs that keep flying on me are getting on my nerves. But I don't know how I'll be happy with that. But I am happy we're living in the jungle though. Even though there is bugs. Really. How am I gonna be mad at some bugs? Yeah, it's bugs out here. It's the jungle. You can't have all this lush green without the insects. That comes with the territory. We gotta learn how to love what comes with the territory. If that's what you want, you gotta take the good with the bad. Or learn how to live without judgment. But that enlightenment takes some time. I'm still getting there, okay? So I love y'all. I hope that you enjoyed this update. I hope to see you at Essence Fest and at one of these retreats. And yeah, let me know if you want a personal retreat here in Costa Rica too, because I'm working with some people to get that together. And if you just come in town and you want to hit up one of my sound baths or one of my yoga classes or our yoga and brunch, let me know because I got you, okay? We do all of those things out here. So I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to see y'all next week, all right? Peace.